They are one of the most endearing and enduring dysfunctional family bands in rock history. Named after drummer Mick Fleetwood and bassist John McVie. This resilient group has gone on from its humble beginnings to go on to become one of the top selling bands of all time. Over the last 5 decades they have weathered tumultuous relationships. Somehow they have waded through the drama and went on to record one of the biggest selling albums in the history of popular music. Their 11th studio album, Rumours, released in 1977, sold 40 million copies and is the 6th biggest selling studio album in history. They are the British-American band Fleetwood Mac.
Listen to the wind blow, watch the sun rise.
Formed in London in 1967 by blues guitarist Peter Green, Mick Fleetwood and John McVie. The song, made famous by legendary Mexican guitarist Santana, Black Magic Woman, was written by Peter Green in 1968 and appeared in the '69 Fleetwood Mac compilation album English Rose. In the space of just 3.5 years, they went from grassroots blues to become one of the biggest rock bands in the world, outselling the Beatles and the Rolling Stones combined. But as the band's fame grew, Peter reluctantly became the focus of more attention. But it was while in Munich on a European tour that the focus of attention took a more sinister tone. Disillusioned with fame and fortune, Peter was drawn into an acid-fueled commune that left him mentally scarred. Both Peter and guitarist Danny Kerwin were drawn into an underground cult and spiked with mind-altering drugs. And from that moment they both suffered with crippling mental illness and ended up having to leave Fleetwood Mac. Christine Perfect married John McVie and made her first appearance with the band at Bristol University. Between the years 1970 and 1974, 4 different guitarists joined the band and subsequently left. Jeremy Spencer, Danny Kerwin, Bob Welsh and Bob Weston. In 1975, Mick Fleetwood started looking for a new guitarist while in Los Angeles. A sound engineer from Sound City Studios played a track he had just recorded from the album Buckinghan and Nicks. Mick Fleetwood liked it and was introduced to the guitarist, Lindsey Buckinghan. He asked Lindsey if he would join Fleetwood Mac and he agreed on the condition that his girlfriend Stevie Nicks would join too. The new lineup released a second self-titled album which was a breakthrough for the band, reaching #1 in the States. And it included a single written by Stevie Nicks called Rhiannon. By 1976, all members of the band were in turmoil. John McVie and Christine McVie's marriage had ended. Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks' long-term relationship had broken down, and Mick Fleetwood was in the midst of a divorce. And the pressure was on to release a follow-up album. All this led to creative and personal tensions between the band. Rumours was released in February 1977 and the album was recorded in the aftermath of relationship breakups among the band members. The soap opera of the band members' personal lives within the band was reflected in the lyrics of the songs. Emotionally charged songs like Go Your Own Way, Dreams, Don't Stop and The Chain made Rumours one of the best-selling albums of all time. A unique album where all of its creators reached their creative peak at the same time, and a commercial success, selling over 10 million copies worldwide in its first month of release. Click this video right here for a brief history on Deep Purple.